It is absolute perfection. There's no flaws in this specimen whatsoever. It is huge in size. Hello and welcome to the Agatebay YouTube channel. I'm Joshua, the founder of Agatebay. I'm trying to communicate as much as I can with you, and a recent collectors or customers request was which are the favorite agates that are currently on my website, because a lot of people, they trust my judgment on what specimens I personally like or maybe have a stronger connection to, but it's also part of, for example, sometimes we don't have videos on my website, and for example parallax pieces, you're just not quite able to tell how strong the parallax is just seeing it in a picture. So sometimes I have people ask me to rate the parallax for them, like how strong it is, and I totally get it. This request was really just to know which are my favorite pieces, and thanks to everyone so much who's been buying in the more recent time. We had, at one point, we had 850 polished specimens on the website. I think right now it's below 700 pieces. So we've really been selling a lot of specimens in the very recent time. So we're also thinking about maybe like way further in the future, just to put more pieces up that we can like kind of match the demand, so the website's not going to be empty at some point. But right now, yeah, I'm just keeping it to a dozen pieces every week on Friday. You can save 20% on your entire order if you put at least 10 specimens in your shopping cart. There will be an automized discount, and the discount also counts for pieces that are already discounted in the sales section. And I think I will start right here at the bottom corner and then just work my way up, just because the bigger piece is up here, but there is no order, it's all randomized. And to make it easy for you, if you like any of these pieces, we will number them from 1 to 20. There's 20 pieces here, and we will link every single specimen under the video with the according number that we show them to, with a link directly to the piece. If you would like to buy it, you will have an easy time just putting it in your shopping cart. Now let's get right into it. Start with the first piece. It is a specimen from the high class mine, one of the very early pieces I have. If I remember correctly, it is a Wolfgang Berger special, and if you've been with me for a longer time, a lot of you guys will be knowing Wolfgang from the weekly mailing list that I'm sending out. He has been photographing some of my very top pieces, and this is just such an incredible specimen, just so beautiful with the different shades of yellow, the floater, the white surrounding the yellow center, the flow channel, just a fantastic piece overall. I really like this a lot, but I also just love yellow agates. So not a big surprise there. Also with the second one, this is one of, I think, 2 pieces right now that we have labeled on the website to have strong parallax. So all the different features that are in the agates, as you can imagine, parallax, pseudomorph, eyes, faces, tubes, moss, you can search on my website with these keywords and find specimens that match with these features, and this is labeled as a strong parallax. It's from one of my cutting videos with Laguna agates, I think from a couple weeks ago. The other half sold immediately, but for some reason this is still with us. It's got the perfect symmetry, incredible colors with just the colors I love, with the blue, yellow and orange. I love the symmetry, I love the parallax, so this is an absolute favorite for me from one of the more recent cutting sessions actually. Also from a cutting session we did is this Malawi agate, and I was absolutely mind-blowing if you remember this video from back in the day. Cutting face agates is just so rare, and this is the worst half. You can see there's just eyes that are a little bit subtle there, but the other half is it is so unbelievably perfect, and this is maybe one in several thousand agates I'm cutting, and having actually such an incredible piece caught on camera while I've been cutting it is just incredible. Hardly ever any faces get this distinct with such a beautiful pair of eyes and the mouth. The pair is available both together, both halves, and it is linked in the video description below. It's not super cheap, just also for the reason that it's so rare to get this quality of faces. Next one up is a little bit of a sleeper specimen for the reason that it does actually not look that spectacular in terms of colors or contrast, but the banding in this piece is much more unique than you think. It looks only like the banding is made up of platelets, but it is still so much in shape that if you tilt it and turn it around, you will see that in the banding with those tiny dots, there's actually also parallax. And that is something that is so unique, because parallax usually, in most cases from what I know, is only visible in like very tight banding, where the banding is very distinct and strong and contrasting. But this piece has parallax without it seeming to be possible. And this was also cut in one of the video sessions we did together. Another specimen from the video sessions is just 2 weeks ago, and this is a pseudomorph agate specimen. It's from the Coyomito mine in Mexico. It's relatively small, but just absolutely perfect. I had a few pieces of the same vug where this pseudomorph has been forming in. It probably was a large cavity, but then just crumbled with fracturing, and this is one of the offcuts. It's probably about 1.5 inches long and about 1 inch wide, but just absolute perfection. The purple is incredibly intense, and then with this bright yellow around it, this is a absolute classic beauty, just in a quality you don't really get to see anywhere else. So absolutely incredible specimen. The next one up here is a really cool piece. I've had this for some time. I bought it from an old stock German agate collection, and it looks just like a vinyl. Still having difficulties to find out how to pronounce that word, but like the music playing thing where it has like this kind of needle that sticks into the rotating thing. I think you know what I mean, but I think it resembles perfectly this specimen, and it's also on the front of the 2024 Agatebay calendar. Every year we are releasing a calendar, and we've been like multiplying the print number of the calendars, and we still have just a few from the 2023 year and the 2024 year, but the 25 year is entirely sold out. But make sure to check out the new calendar when it comes out for 2026. Next one up is one of the most valuable pieces on my website right now, and I think there's only 2 more valuable pieces that are here with me today. And this is just a Laguna agate of absolute perfection. This is a super old stock specimen. Got it from an old American collection. It is as flawless as you can imagine an agate to be. The banding is absolutely incredible. The contrast is so intense. It does have a little bit of parallax, but the overall structure and colorization in this piece is absolutely mind-blowing. Also with those flow channels moving out to the side, fully banded to the core. So this is an absolute winner. For that reason, of course, also a little more valuable. Next one up here is this agate from Bulgaria. This is a little bit of a sleeper specimen as well, but I'm absolutely in love with it. This was, I think, one of the first videos we've been cutting on the YouTube channel, Bulgarian agates. It was right after my trip to Bulgaria, I think 2 years ago. And from the outside, it just looks absolutely incredible with these fine needles that are agatized from the pseudomorph. And I've never seen anything quite like it, like an agatized pseudomorph with these freestanding needles, and the backside is so incredible. I love this agate so much. And the other half of the specimen, if you want to check out the video, it will be linked up somewhere up here, and the other half sold immediately. It was like seconds after it sold on my website, and it's been 2 years, and this piece has sadly been sitting there, and I don't know why, because it's just such an incredible piece that really needs to be appreciated by whoever sees it. But I just love the amazing natural detail on the backside. Next one up is a Laguna agate that I just can't believe it's still available. The pink color in combination with the yellow, the druzy, the parallax, it is absolutely perfect. There's no flaws with this piece, and usually it's always the most flawless pieces, no matter what the price is, that sell the first on my website. But somehow you guys have been missing this piece so far. So it's definitely up there with my favorites, one of the top 20 pieces that I'm so surprised that it's still available, and I think it's just an absolute incredible specimen. Right, next one up, we're getting back to my favorite color combination of yellow, blue and red. It is a super rare Apache agate from Mexico. The locality is long mined out. I visited the locality probably just about, let's call it 10 years ago. Maybe it was just 9 or 10 years ago. And it's empty, it's dead. There have been huge size pieces found, but now you just never get any of this material offered. Almost everything you see of these pieces is sliced up, since they have been mined 50, 60, 70 years ago. You never get any of these agates to buy. And also here you can see not just the color combination is incredible, but also a little bit similar to the Lamanea agate, which was the 4th specimen I've been showing. It does have some parallax and the otherwise pretty just dotted banding. And also the yellow and red color is not in the most front layer, but you can see how the colorization is kind of like angled back, and the first few millimeters are just the chalcedony, and it's just so translucent that you can see the banding behind it. But I think it's spectacular. It's, for me, an absolutely remarkable piece. Another highlight was when Clemens, my video producer, and we cut this dinosaur bone from Utah. From the outside, it did not look like much. It's also one of the very early videos on the YouTube channel. It was dark red, more of a brownish type. And now, after cutting just a few millimeters off the front, it is fiery red. We, I think, took 3 cuts of this piece. One of them sold immediately, but 2 slices are still available. And it is so fiery red with all these different tiny little agate centers that have been filled out from the cells from the dinosaur bone. This is gem dinosaur bone in the highest quality, and I can't believe that 2 of the slices are actually still available, and I think it's an absolute killer piece. Next one up is, I think, one of the very few heart-shaped agates I have ever seen. I priced it out super affordable. It has a, I think actually this may be the only other second agate. I think this is also labeled as strong parallax on the website. Maybe it's also only just parallax, but the parallax is pretty strong. Let me tell you that, all the way around with this beautiful heart shape and the kind of greenish yellow outlining the very center of the piece. I think this is a fabulous piece and super affordable for the quality it is. So also a very surprising thing for me to find out that it is actually still available. Next one up is a very unique specimen. This is a Chinese agate, and I have for sure not seen more than a handful of specimens at all from China that had a stalactite growth, and this one is really just separating the nodule. But it's not only the stalactite itself, but also if you pay close attention and zoom in a little bit here, you will see that the stalactite actually has been broken off naturally, probably from some earth movement, and then rehealed in a slightly tilted angle. And what does nature do sometimes? I think it's one of the most remarkable agates I have on the website in terms of rare features and geological wonders. Really just mind-blowing piece in my opinion. Next one up, I think, is the second most valuable specimen on the website, just for the reason this agate has been going through a lot with me. I've been traveling the world with this specimen. I took it up on a hike with me, posted it on social media years ago. And I finally was just saying, okay, maybe I'll sell it, maybe I'll keep it, but there's no way that it's going for a lower price than what I have on my website. This is really the pain barrier that for me it would be okay to let go of the piece, but it's also just like kind of okay. It is, in terms of faces and agates, it is just about the same level like the Malawi agate, just 5 times the size. Absolute killer piece. It belongs in a museum, in all honesty. And next one up is a super spectacular Chinese pseudomorph agate. And if you like these agates from China with the pseudomorphs, stay tuned, because in a couple months we already have it scheduled and planned. The video is not taken yet, but it will probably be taken soon. Video about pseudomorphs in Chinese agates, because a lot of you guys know about other pseudomorph localities that produce incredible agates. For example, Turkey, or the Coyomito range, of course, or the Bulgarian agates sometimes, but those are the main localities you think of when thinking of pseudomorphs. But Chinese pseudomorphs agates are certainly up there with some of the most underrated or least known feature of these pseudomorphs and agates, and this is just an absolutely incredible piece. Next one up is a rather unique specimen. It is a Kentucky agate, relatively small, also not in the most desired colors. The Kentucky agates are usually going at very high prices when they are red and black. Those are the royal colors for Kentucky agates. The yellow colors are more on the common side, but also just having fracture-free pieces is a winner for any Kentucky agate. But this one here is an absolute winner for me because it has just not the yellow agate, but also the moss structure with the purple and red. And this is a really cool piece. I remember exactly how I got it. It was from a local Kentucky agate collector. I think his name was Steve. The collector, he was I think breeding dogs, and just such a cool story, not just with the agate, but the history that I have in the memory with finding this agate. Another incredible piece is this agate. It's a Chinese agate from Middle Class Mine. I have had it for years in my collection, and I absolutely love it. It is, yeah, just an incredible piece. It's one of the best floater agates with chromatography I have ever seen. It certainly does take a little bit of specific appreciation to really love this piece a lot. And maybe some of you also remember it if you're a German viewer from the presentation that Johann Zenz did in Hommersdorf. This was a specific piece that he has been talking about. I am absolutely in love with it, and that's of course also, you know, something that determines sometimes the value. Like, value for any seller is to a certain degree in a subjective way, and I think it is, my personal opinion, just one of the most beautiful floaters I've ever seen in any agate, just perfectly surrounded by the quartz, and the chromatography absolutely mind-boggling. Next one up is the best polyhedroid agate I have personally ever cut. Something super rare to get overall, not just polished pieces, but the rough. This material has been mined out 50 years ago. It's so hard to ever get your hands on any rough, and then to cut a killer piece like this, I could not believe it. And all of this you can be witnesses of, or maybe you have already been, if you check out the video about polyhedroid agates that I published just a couple of weeks ago, and I could not believe it when I cut it. It's definitely the best polyhedroid agate I've personally ever cut. That's why it makes the favorite 20 pieces of the website for me today. Next one up is I don't even know where to start. It's a pretty famous agate, I would call it by now. I think it's one of the most viewed shorts on my YouTube channel, so check out my short feed on the YouTube channel as well. It is just huge in size, and just like the Chinese agate, just such an incredible floater piece. It is absolute perfection. There's no flaws in this specimen whatsoever. It is huge in size. The banding at the outside, then with the smoky quartz just surrounding this super perfect colorful center. But make sure to check out the short, because I found such beautiful words to describe this agate. It is a true museum quality specimen, and I think the price I have it up for the website. If you're not familiar with museum quality pieces in this price caliber, you might think it's high, but it is actually at a super affordable price for what this agate is. Those kind of pieces you just can't buy anywhere usually. Like those are the kind of pieces that are below the table sales that, you know, people talk about. Oh, have you heard this agate? It's sold for this and this much, but nobody actually sees these kind of pieces. This is the kind of quality that this specimen is. And the last one of the day, not the least one for sure, but another just incredible piece, is this Laguna agate specimen. In my opinion, also a little bit underrated. I've had it on my website, I think, for probably just about a year, and I don't know why it's still there. But Laguna agates have been rising so much just in the most recent years. I'm not adjusting my prices for any of the pieces that are on the website, but considering that I had the same specimen and would put it up on my website now, this would certainly be at a higher price. So this is number 20 and will also be linked in the video description down below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you're somewhat fine with the picks that I have made for the video today. Let me know in the comments if you think, yeah, I should have included any of the other pieces on my website. I hope it's convenient for you that you can get some of these pieces right now if you would like to get them. I already shouted out the discount that you will get if you buy at least 10 specimens at once. So I think that's it for today. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you next week on Friday.